on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Man, I haven't uploaded a video in quite some time. Like, it's been about like 2 months, but we're back, baby. We're back with another tutorial. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to basically make the most simplistic retro slash VCR style header. You can make for a YouTube banner, Twitter header, whatever you guys want to do. But yeah, it's very simple and it looks very nice. Before we do get into this video, can you guys please go over to my Twitter page and leave a follow if you guys do want to continue supporting me and what I do. I also, if you want to also put on post notifications, you can go ahead and do that. Doesn't really matter to me. If you could just support me in any type of way, I can keep on pumping out these tutorials and videos for you guys. Pretty much gives me motivation to do that, you know. Also, if you could also hit that like button down below. Let's try to hit 50 likes in this video. Just for the tutorial, you know, like I said, so I can keep on pumping out content for you guys, because it does show motivation for it. It shows me that you guys want this type of content. Without further ado, let's get right into the tutorial. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is go up to File, click on New, and then come over here to the width and height. Make the width 3000, make the height 1000, and then make the resolution 72 pixel/inch, and make sure this is all pixels. 8-bit, doesn't matter. RGB color and white. Now, this is going to be for a Twitter banner, so if you guys are trying to do, you know, a YouTube resolution, just go ahead and go on to Google and look up that, and they'll give you the resolutions for that, and then just type it in the width and the height to correspond with those two. But since this is for Twitter, we're going to go ahead and create down here. You're going to go ahead and get this white canvas here. Go ahead and click or hold Alt on your keyboard and pretty much scroll wheel up and down to zoom in and out. Personally, I like to have my canvas like all the way zoomed in because I can see everything that I'm doing. Sometimes I do have it like zoomed out, just like, you know, I don't know, see everything. But when it's zoomed in, I can basically work a lot better. Go ahead and go over here to the right where the background is and click the little lock. That basically unlocks it, and hide this layer right here. Actually, you don't have to hide that layer because we're just going to change it anyways. But make sure you do unlock it. Come over here to the right. There's going to be a paint bucket here. If you don't see the paint bucket, you could just hold left click, and then you can see all the different options here. So we're going to go ahead and get the paint bucket tool. Go down here to your colors and make sure your primary color is selected. You can switch in between these two colors by clicking X on your keyboard. So you see how it's going from black to gray to black to gray. So you're going to want to have whatever your primary color is on top. Click it. And make sure you put in the hex value 1D, 1D, 1D. So that's going to get you a pretty nice gray here. Then once you type that in, just click OK. Take your paint bucket and just left click, and it'll basically, you know, make your canvas gray. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get your text. You could do whatever text you want, but I prefer the SNES text. It basically, you know, I'm more of like a gamer / retro type of person, and I love retro type of stuff. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and use the SNES font. Make sure your font is going to be a nice red here, so like a retro red kind of. We're gonna go ahead and do it like right here, so the D42222, and then click OK. And then for this example, I'm gonna do iProject Raw, of course. Or actually, we could do tutorial retro. No, actually, yeah, let's just do tutorial. I know I'm kind of indecisive here. So click the check mark there. You can click Control T to basically pull up like the resizing, and then just click or hold, you know, that right there, the little boxes, to basically change the size of it. So we're gonna make it like a decent size, like right here. Make sure it's centered at the start. Now, you see how I had this little box right here where it says use code 1930s in the item shop? By the way, go ahead and use code 1930s in the item shop. That'll be greatly appreciated. You see how I have this little box here? All you're going to do is just go down here to the left-hand side and get a rectangle tool and just basically make a little rectangle like that, however big you want it to be. Make sure the rectangle is the same color as your text, so you can just drag this out of the way and just color pick it like that and click OK. Make sure it is centered like this, like so. And then you could go ahead and take the text again, but make sure you highlight over the gray section here and just click that. And then type up, let's just go ahead and do use code 1930s in the item shop. Hashtag add. And then you can go ahead and drag that right here. Oh, I guess the hashtag doesn't work in this in this font. So we're just gonna go ahead and use another one for the hashtag real quick. Oh, no, that is ugly, dude. Okay, yeah, whatever. We'll just use that for now. So you're going to want to go ahead and increase the size of your font here to basically match up with the box. And then center it. There we go. If you need to, if necessary, you can go ahead and like decrease the size of the box. Doesn't really matter. Just depends on your preference. And then after that, you're going to want to make sure you highlight both of these. So you could go ahead and click on one, hold control, and click on the next one, so the rectangle, and it basically will highlight both of them. Control T to move it again, so you can move it up, down, however you want. Make it closer to the text, make it further away from the text. But then you're going to want to go ahead and also highlight over tutorial or whatever your text says and make it in the middle. Now I personally wanted to make mine a lot smaller because, you know, if it's like super big like this, I mean, that's fine and all, but I prefer like having like mine like really tiny. Just like that. Now the next thing you're gonna want to do is highlight both the, you know, your text here, where the item shop code is, or whatever you put there in the box, in the rectangle, and just group them together in this little group and rename it to code box or whatever you have the text down there as. Go ahead and click on your text here, right click it, and rasterize type. You're gonna want to make 3 more copies of this. So 1, 2, 3, hold control and then J, and it basically copies it 3 times. Come down to the first copy, double click it, go to blending options here, uncheck the red and the blue, click OK, hold control and click T, and then just move it over to the left like 3 times or so. So 1, 2, 3, or at least however many times you think it looks good. So 1, 2, 3. We'll actually move it over 5 times. To the left 5 and down 5, basically. So that's going to be your first copy. Go to your second copy, double click it, go to blending options, uncheck the green and red, basically making the blue. So we're going to make it go to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll probably go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you basically probably can't really see it that much like that, but yes, just trust and believe it's there. Now what you're gonna want to do is do a motion blur on these. So whatever copies you make, or on all of your text, you're gonna want to click on the first one, go to filter, blur, and then motion blur. And then you're gonna want to blur this out by like 8. Actually, let's do 7 for now. Do the same thing for this one here. And then do the same for the original part of the text. Alright, so as you can tell, 7 is too much, so we'll go ahead and drop that down to like 5. There we go, that looks a little better. And then basically you're going to do the exact same thing with the code box. So let's actually group these together. I'm going to copy this whole box, or this whole folder here, and then Control E to combine it. Then I'm going to hide this layer right here, just in case we need it as backup. Copy it 2 times. Go to your first copy, go to blending options, and make it green, of course. And then basically move it over. And then, of course, put the motion blur on it again. So we'll do like 4 this time for this. Then make sure all of these are centered, of course. Now we're going to go ahead and get into the little like static lines here. So like the little noise lines basically. So all you want to do is get a rectangle, make this a like light gray, like super light gray, and then just make your rectangle going across the whole header like that. Boom. And then go to filter, go to noise, and then add noise, convert to smart object, and then leave it on 50%, Gaussian, and monochromatic, and then click OK. You're gonna want to basically put it on, where's hard light? Here it is, hard light. And then decrease the opacity to like 50%. And then you can copy it, move it up as many times as you want. You can make as many copies as you want. Just, you know, don't go too crazy. Don't go too overboard. You can also change the size of them. So one of them's bigger, the other ones are smaller. Go ahead and group all of them together and call them static. Now open up the folder again and basically go to filter, go to distort, and put a little wave on it. So the wave depends on how you want it. So basically on the right hand side, you can see how your wave is being made. So you can see as you increase the wavelength, it'll basically change the amount, like how heavy the wave is. So for this, we're gonna go ahead and decrease that and then make it that. So you don't want to make it too crazy. See, like that, that is just ugly. I don't really like that. So like make it like a 5 for the max. So like 1, 999, then 1, then 5, and then 100, 100. And then there you go. You got like a decent wave there. And then you can do the same thing. You can just basically copy that wave pattern on all of your lines, so they all look the same basically. So now that you have the lines here, you can go ahead and go onto your background layer and go ahead and right click it, convert to smart object, go to filter, noise, add noise, and decrease the amount to like 3, so it gives it that static like look. You can then go on to Google and type up Vignette. I don't even know how to say that, honestly, but it's just Vignette. You can go onto there and find any of those. Make sure it's a clear background and just basically put it over your whole entire, like, you know, workspace here, the whole project. I usually copy mine twice, and then I'll like decrease the opacity of the copied one. And then after that, you can also throw on a color lookup. So you can like make the colors darker if you want, lighter, like more retro-esque, like that. Like you can do whatever you want, really. Drop the blues. You can make this like 80% here, but you can put it like below your vignette so it doesn't like really affect it like that. And yeah, once you do all of that, that's basically how you pretty much make this like retro, like VCR type of header. Obviously with this one, I threw some extra stuff in there. When it was, you know, I made this when it was like basically New Year's. I also made a Christmas version as well, like when it was the holidays. I made like snow and stuff like that. Like you could do whatever you want basically with this. It could be for Fortnite, it doesn't even matter. You can do Fortnite, just regular, retro, any game you want. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even have to be a game. It could be like a personal header as well, like that and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it on how to make this type of simplistic header. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Make sure you do leave a like down below. Comment if you need some help, or if you just can't really understand how to, you know, do the process. I can try to help you out there. But yeah, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you leave a subscribe. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.